Again, Erev Shabbos, Parshas Chukas. This is Parsha. A lot of things that stick out. We have the Nachash and Achushes V'choy, but we have famously that the Be'er Shel Miriam disappeared when Miriam herself passed away. It only came b'schus Miriam. So what are we supposed to do now? We're in a desert, remember. Everything is reliant on Hashem. If the Rebbe Shalom takes away one component of our ability to survive, we're done skis. What are we supposed to do? So the Rebbe Shalom tells Moshe Rabbeinu, the water's not going to stop. You get more water, don't worry about it. Here's what you have to do. The guys are complaining. Go talk to the rock. Now we know that this was famously the chait, so to speak, that Moshe Rabbeinu did, which didn't allow him to Eretz Yisrael. And the Eilam asks, what's wrong with hitting the rock? In fact, just a little while ago, the Rebbe Shalom specifically told Moshe Rabbeinu to hit the rock to activate the Be'er Shel Miriam. So now Taka, he hit it instead of speaking because now it was a different request. It was a different command. The shaila is, what's wrong with hitting? It was good enough the first time. Why is it not good enough now? So one answer is that the first time that Moshe Rabbeinu was activating the Be'er Shel Miriam, Shimshon Pinkus tells us that this was before Matan Torah. Our relationship with the Rebbeinu Shalom at this point was a relationship of father and son. We were children. We were infants coming out of Mitzrayim. Spiritually, we were children. When dealing with children, there has to be a certain amount of, we don't literally hit children nowadays, but a certain strength, a certain forceful reprimanding, like, Chevra, oh, come on. The kid's walking in the middle of the street. You can't walk in the middle of the street. You can't just talk to him. Sometimes just sitting down and be like, talking about how fast cars are. The kid's in the middle of his terrible twos. He has no interest in velocity of cars. He just, he wants to go get his ball. So that's why sometimes you have to be a little more forceful. That's when the Rebbeinu Shalom told Moshe Rabbeinu to go hit. However, after Matan Torah, we were husband and wife. The Rebbeinu Shalom held Har Sinai over us, and we said, "Ve'er stichli lo elam." We're married to the Rebbeinu Shalom. In this adult, so to speak, relationship, we use communication. We use speech. Even forceful speech. It's just, wait. I can't understand you if you speak normally. If you speak calmly, I'm a sensible person. Talk to me like I would understand you if you're talking sensibly. Here the Rebbeinu Shalom tells Moshe Rabbeinu, we're way past hitting now. Now, you can talk. The chiddush is that even talking to a rock, what are you talking to? Even talking to a rock, the Rebbeinu Shalom says if you talk, it'll work. The rock's going to listen. And you'll get the results that you're looking for. The hitting is unnecessary. I was thinking that maybe a different perspective is that the Rebbeinu Shalom says, in the same vein, yeah, speaking is enough. And Moshe Rabbeinu said, you know what, I could do one better. I can hit. Obviously, chemotherapy is more effective than a Tylenol, but if someone only needs a Tylenol, sometimes being too helpful is not helpful. Moshe Rabbeinu thought, the Rebbeinu Shalom told me to speak, I could do even better. The Rebbeinu Shalom says, I don't need you to one-up me. I know exactly what's needed. I know exactly what's needed to get, what's needed done. And right now it's speaking. Moshe Rabbeinu took it a step too far. In all positive intentions, obviously, we're talking about Moshe Rabbeinu. You can never imagine what sort of a cheshbon he was going through. We don't understand the chatoim of the greats. But sometimes you have to, on our level, understand that the Rebbeinu Shalom knows exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Especially when we don't understand it, we have a chayk, that's where we shine. That's when we show that we're doing it just because. The Rebbeinu Shalom tells us this is what he wants. I love him. I don't have to understand it. If I care. If my wife asked me to buy 45 flowers and I have no idea what she's going to do with them, we don't eat flowers, we watch them die. But you buy flowers. Yeah, if she says to buy gluten-free banana muffins, I have no idea what we're doing with banana. But you know what? That's the greatest tzchus. Because when I'm going to buy milk, like Rabbi Kellerman explains, we're going to buy milk, that I know why we need milk. You have to have milk with the cereal, or whatever. But like this random thing, like, why am I getting it? I'm not getting it for any practical reason. I'm getting it 100% because I love her. The only reason why we do chukim is because we love the Rebbeinu Shalom. We don't need to take it any further than that. It was a meister if Yaakov Moshe Stern was collecting for his yeshiva, his Meshkiach in Eretz Yisrael, and he came to a city in England, and someone told him, by the way, there's a minion over there, all the wealthy people, when they come to visit us, they daven over there, and if you go over there, you'll get a nice fat check. So he says, okay, sounds good. What time are they davening? Turns out they daven after Zman, let's say Kriya Shema. So he says, I'm sorry, nice check, and I'll go there for Mincha, but I have to daven Bizman. Seder. Turns out, he finds out afterwards, every single person that went to this guy, this Gvir, who was visiting the shul, got 100 francs, which apparently is a tremendous amount of money for a fundraiser. And he said, Rabbeinu Shalom, what do you want from me? I did exactly what I'm supposed to do. You told me to daven Bizman, I'm davening Bizman, Zehu. And he went there to daven Mincha. He daven Mincha there. And he spoke to this Gvir, and the Gvir gave him his 100 francs. And then Punkelach is like, you know what? He went to the Gabbai, he's talking to the Gabbai. He said, who was that guy that I just gave 100 francs to? He seems like a very ehrlich yid. He seems like a very special person. And the Gabbai starts showering on the praises. Oh, do you know Yaakov Moshe Stern is wow. And he gives him a whole spiel. And he's like, you know what, sounds good. He goes over to him, says, I want to give you another 200 francs. I hear good things. Thank you very much. Kitzur Ma'isa, the guy comes over to him a little later in the day, in that shul, and he says, you know, I came over with a certain amount of money to give to tzedakah, and turns out not so many people came over to me, so can I give you whatever's left? Yaakov Moshe says, B'simcha, and he ended up walking with 1,400 francs instead of 100. Sachakol, no one loses out, not even a moment, not even for a second, from doing what's right. The Rebbeinu Shalom says you're supposed to daven on time. The Rebbeinu Shalom says you're supposed to talk. We don't say, look, you know, I could do better. And b'schus us doing the Ratzon Hashem, b'simcha, v'yashros v'shubzecha, to the b'yas gol tzedek b'mir v'miru. Amen. Hey, diri la la, diri la la, diri la la, diri la la, ya diri la la, 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 ya diri la la. Oh, I am da da di da dum. I am da 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 di da dum. Oh, I da di da dum. I da di da dum. Di da da di da dum. Good Shabbos.